Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, America. My name is Danny. I'm a 47-year-old American. This is my show, Danny's Pit. It's not for children, so if you're under the age of 18, watch something else. Topic of the show today is going to be midterm election results. I waited a few days, a few months for things to happen. I didn't want to jump on here and early speculate and, red wave this or blue block that and everything. The election, the actual results did not turn out like I expected that they would, or that a lot of people that think the way I do thought that they would. It gets me to think if one, I'm not saying Fox News is 100%, but I definitely watch them a lot more than the other guys. But it kind of making me start to wonder again. I think I've said this before. Our own people lying to us. We should have demolished everything. But what bothers me the most are the numbers. Just damn near 50-49. 50-48. 51-49.5. We are so polarized as a nation, okay, and so hell-bent on these agendas, and I'm not going to trash the guy. I don't know much about him, but, come on, Fetterman won. I know it's Pennsylvania, but Fetterman won. I know Dr. Oz isn't a politician and not my first choice to run for any kind of office, but Fetterman won. That's what they do just to keep their people in. That's what they do just to whatever the agenda is, and a lot of this was being said back in the Trump times, where people were rooting for him to fall, and I've said that's like, being on a jet and you're rooting for your pilot to hit a mountain because you can't stand him. Well, you're on the damn plane too. Something I read recently, said, what if I were to tell you that the left wing and the right wing, belong to the same bird, which they do. Now, my point is, why was there not a landslide either way? And here's why. Nobody's being told the entire truth of everything. We're just being told and spoon-fed everything. So I'm doing it now, and I encourage everybody else to do it. Seek out other forms of media, okay? Because the right-wing media, I'm starting to think, lies about as much as the left-wing media does. Because if they didn't, we would have, demolished them, like they said, shellacked them, And I'm not even a Republican, I told you before, but still, and I say us, those of us with conservative views and values. And there's nothing even wrong with the Democrats, and there's nothing really wrong with liberals. It's those radical liberals. It's the teaching your 3 and 4 and 5th graders, about whiteness is evil. Here's my sexual orientation. When the hell did teachers ever talk about politics or their sexual orientations when we were in school? Again, I'm 47, not young, not old. Right here in the middle. But we never did that. Our teachers didn't do that. They never brought their sex lives into the classroom, especially in grade school. Okay, high school, sex ed class, that kind of thing. Well, that's why you have to have a parent sign a paper so you can go to that class, because things are going to get discussed, okay? Even I learned some things in there, little kid, you don't know everything, don't know anything. Fact of the matter is this ain't going to be a long and rambling one. This is just kind of reaching out there and seeing, who feels the way I feel about this, and I'm not happy with the results. I'm not sad with the results. It's like every election. I just hope things change and go back to the way they were. Now, am I meaning back to the way they were when Trump was in office? Or now I'm just saying going back to the way they were when it was just a damn Democrat against a Republican, without the extreme conservative views and then the extreme radical alphabet people, liberals types, who are very, very in the minority, but the media projects them like they're kind of some sort of majority. I've said it before, I have nothing against those kinds of people. I pray for them. I feel like they have a body dysmorphia issue like anorexia or bulimia. They look down and they don't, feel like they're supposed to have what they were born with, and a lot of them claim to be Christians. Well, if you were a Christian, you would know, first off, God don't make mistakes. If you were born a boy, you're supposed to be a boy. It don't matter how feminine you feel. I've said this before. I'm a recovering alcoholic in recovery right now. 4.5 years, very proud. That will always be hard for me to walk this walk, but I've chosen to do it, and I kind of say the same thing. It would be just as hard for, I guess, a homosexual to deny his urges as it is for me, being an alcoholic, to deny my urges. But I use the strength of Christ in prayer and doing this little thing called playing the tape through. I go ahead and let myself imagine I buy booze, and then I remember what a nightmare it was, and then I don't even think about it anymore. I'm not saying that happens that easy with homosexuals or alphabet people, or but some of this stuff on YouTube and TikTok, it's absolutely they've just gone loony, and a shakeup is what we need. Now maybe people will look around as more smoke settles and think, we should probably work together, because we're basically begging for fossil fuels and other things like that, because this administration wants to go all electric, all green. It ain't ever going to work. And the fact that we're having to beg and buy from them when we actually have and can produce more than anybody else, and we could even sell to them, but again, I'm not exactly sure what the hell their agenda is. It doesn't seem to be proactive to America. That being said, if any of you guys know Ben Shapiro, tell him I'm trying to get a hold of him. And if you like what you hear and you like the content of my show, hit subscribe. I've been on 16 subscribers forever. 17 would be cool. Be the 17th one. Hit like, hit subscribe. You don't have to hit the notifications and all that. Now, I'm not selling merch. I'm just trying to do what I do, I guess. Again, still working on the technology. Do have the computer now. Now I just got to get in there and perfect everything so I can have stuff for you guys to watch up here, which would be really cool. So that being said, as always, stay vigilant, America. Stay looking forward. Once in a while, look back. Sometimes it helps to know where you're going if you look to see where you're coming from. And as I always say, God bless you, stay safe, be careful, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.